Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Anthony and in today's video, I am going to talk to you about how to get a fashion internship. Now this is something that I've been asked quite a lot. A lot of my subscribers want to know, how is it that I got into fashion? How is it that you get a fashion internship? Well, I'm going to explain it all today in this video. Now, fashion internship is very, very important. If you want to get into fashion and you want a career in fashion, most of the time you need an internship first, just so you can prove to future employers that you can actually do the job, that you can actually work efficiently, and that you've got a little bit of experience, because university now just doesn't cut it. You need the experience on top of your degree. But before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help my channel to grow, especially that like button. You have no idea how much it really helps to promote my video. Please also leave a comment. I like to chat to you guys and get to know you a bit and build this fashion community up. So fashion internships, why do you need one? How to get one, where to go, all of that sort of stuff I'm going to tell you now. You've just graduated university, you're applying for all these jobs, and most of them are asking for at least 6 months to a year experience. And how can you have experience if you've just left uni and you've got none? Well, there's a lot of courses out there that do sandwiches, and I'm not talking about the stuff that you eat. It's called a sandwich course, and basically it's a year working in industry. So it goes from a 3-year course to a 4-year course, and basically what you do is your first 2 years, then you do your 3rd year, and you do an industry year, and then you do your 4th year, which is your final major collection and all of that sort of stuff. So there's a lot of courses out there that do this kind of sandwich course. Now, my course did not offer that. I actually only did, I think it was 1 or 2 months in industry. So when I left university, I didn't actually have the adequate experience that I needed to get a full-time job. Now I was really lucky when I left uni, because my university actually offered me a place there as a kind of visiting tutor / lecturer. So I'd instruct the first years about how to make garments, sewing techniques and all of that, along with the studio. What are they called? Like the studio professionals? Yeah, I was working alongside the studio professionals. So they were kind of running the whole class, and I was just there to assist and help and make sure that all the first years were on track and that they knew what they were doing. And I was doing that for maybe 6 months. And while I was doing that, I was full on looking for an internship while I was also working at a bar. Now, an internship is really, really important. You learn a lot of skills that you don't learn at university in an internship. And the majority of stuff that I learned in an internship was how to produce range boards, how to make sure that your mood boards are actually on trend and that it's actually portraying what you need to portray, and also colour stories and all of that sort of stuff. And I also learned a lot of illustrator skills in my internship. So how did I get it? Well, it was hard work. And I lived in Stoke-on-Trent, and in Stoke-on-Trent there's not a lot of fashion companies. Actually, there was only one fashion company, and I scoured the internet to try and find this fashion company. Well, actually I didn't even know there was a fashion company there at the time. I just was looking on the internet and really trying to find fashion companies in my local area, and there was only one, and it was this one called Costabella. It's actually closed down now, because I was interning there 10 years ago, and what it was like a British version of an Indian company, and we were kind of like the supplier based in Congleton, and we would go and see different people that were our clients, and we would present ranges to them, we'd present garments to them, we'd be the middlemen basically to make sure that Costabella had a British representative in the UK. So that's what we did. Yeah, I learned so much there, but how did I get it? So as I said, I scoured the internet, I found a phone number, I found an email address, and I called them up and had a conversation with one of their designers and just basically said, hey, I've graduated university, I'd love to come in, chat to you, show you my portfolio, I'd love to maybe intern potentially between 2 to 3 days a week. I'm not expecting you to pay me, I'm not expecting anything like that, I'm just looking for experience, even if you just want me to go and run and get coffees. They actually invited me in for a discussion, and there was 2 designers there, and we had a bit of a chat. They liked me and they offered me an internship, and that internship was 2 days a week. I was doing it Monday and Thursday, I believe, and the rest of the time I was working full-time at the bar and 1 day a week doing the tutors. So my biggest advice when you're looking for fashion internships is research, research, research. So you need to look around your local area, you need to type in local fashion businesses in wherever you're from and see if there's anything about. If you live in some bigger cities like Manchester, Leeds, Birmingham, Newcastle, London, there's going to be a lot more opportunities available for you closer on your doorstep. Whereas if you live in kind of a smaller city like I did in Stoke-on-Trent, it's going to be a lot more limited, and you may have to travel for your internship. But you have to look at your local area, you have to scour the internet, you have to call people up, you have to email them, and don't take no for an answer. You just have to keep calling and calling and calling. They might not want an intern yet, they might not need an intern yet, but if you can just get the conversation going, when they do, they'll call you up and hopefully you'll be free and available if you've not already got a job or a different internship. But the one thing that you've got to know is that an internship, you don't get paid for it. You have to be willing to work for free, and that's what I did. And I did it for between, I think, 6 months to a year where I was working for free. You just need to know your limits. So I was working for free for 2 days a week, but I couldn't afford to do it for 3. So, you know, as I say, you've got to be open and willing to work for free, but you've got to know when it's not right for you anymore. So yeah, keep that in mind. I think when you're looking for all these internships as well, you need to prepare your CV and you need to fill it with relevant fashion experience. What you don't want to do is fill it with, I worked in McDonald's, I worked here, I worked there, because all of that sort of information isn't relevant to the job that you're going for. And if you don't have any fashion experience, office work is a very valid experience, because if you're interning or if you're going for your first fashion job, office experience is the most important thing, because the majority of the time you won't be designing, you'll be doing the more of the admin work, and the design work will get laid on top as you go. So make sure your CV is filled with that kind of stuff. Make sure you say in it that you are proficient in Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, any kind of programs like that. Make sure that you put your office skills on there, so Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, they're all relevant for fashion design jobs. Now, if you haven't worked in a fashion industry before and you haven't got any experience, say working on a shop floor, or you haven't got any office experience, your university experience is so valuable. So make sure that you go into detail about your university. Make sure that you talk about different things that you did on your course, like range building, mood boards, you did color stories. Make sure that you talk about pattern cutting, sewing, all of this sort of stuff. So it shows the wealth of information that you know and the kind of amazing skills that you've got. So it makes you more employable, really. The next thing to do when applying for internships or all of that sort of stuff is bring together your portfolio. Now, I've got loads of videos on this about how to ace fashion interviews, how to even pull together a fashion portfolio. So if you want to go and watch them, I'll link them in this video and in the description down below. But you need to pull together a fashion portfolio. And usually when you leave university, they help you to put together a portfolio. But the university portfolios is a lot different than industry portfolios. So university portfolios will get you an internship, but you'll have to make sure that you adapt your portfolio when you're going for industry jobs later on. And I'll probably discuss that in another video later, where I'll discuss my university portfolio versus my industry portfolio, because they are wildly different. So now onto the really important things. If you research the internet and you can't find anything in your local area, are there anything else that you can do to find fashion internships or your first fashion job? Well, yes, there is. There are certain websites that I go on to, and I'll just list them in the description down below. But the main ones are Fashion Worky. Definitely go on that. That's really good because they actually show you fashion internships on the website as well. There's also Business of Fashion. They do internships, junior jobs, assistant jobs, all of that sort of stuff, so go on there. And also Draper's Jobs. That's really important. That's a good fashion website. It also gives you new fashion news, and it also gives you trends and all of that sort of stuff. So definitely check out them 3 websites. As I say, I'll link them in the description below so you can go and check them out and you can start finding your fashion internships. Alright, okay, everyone, that's it for this video. If you liked it, give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to click that beautiful red subscribe button down below. Please also check out my Etsy shop where you can buy cards and vectors to help support you in your everyday design life. And it really helps to support this channel. Alright, okay, thanks for watching. Alright, bye. Tra tra tra. Bye.